Hello friends, how are you? So thanks to all who subscribe my channel, who support me, all my dear students who supported my channel, my well-wishers, and someone shared my channel also. Thank you so much for encouragement. So this is my second video. Actually it's the third video. First is the trailer video, just a sample video. This is my actual second video. I'll continue the topic in the biological studies, in the biology studies, and the part of reproduction only I'll continue. So please cooperate with me by sharing, liking and commenting my channel. Okay. So today's class we are going to learn about asexual mode of reproduction. Previous video I said about, I explained about the reproduction, different methods of reproduction and advantages of reproduction. This is the continuation of that first video. 1 month, altogether 1 month completed. In the second month I am doing this video because I don't get the time for doing this. So now the second video, continuation of that first video. This topic is asexual reproduction. We are going to learn about asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. So what is asexual reproduction and how it is exhibited by different organisms? So generally most of the organisms which exhibits asexual reproduction, they are either unicellular or multicellular organisms, which are not higher organisms but lower organisms. They are multicellular and unicellular organisms. So they exhibit this asexual mode of reproduction. So you know that what is asexual reproduction. So A means no. Sexual means gametes. Sexual gametes means generally during sexual reproduction male and female gametes will be there. So that two gametes are not seen during the process of asexual reproduction. So here it is a mode of reproduction where there is no involvement of sexual gametes. Only the organism, parent body only giving rise to new young ones. So that means here there is no involvement of sexual gametes. That's point you should note down. What is asexual reproduction means? It is a mode of reproduction where there is no involvement of sexual gametes. So there will be no involvement of either male or female sexual gametes. But only one organism is involved for giving rise to young ones. So only one organism means generally we call it as a parent organism. So parent, only one parent, that too we cannot consider it as a male parent or a female parent. So male organism or a female, it's a parent. One who gives young ones is nothing but mother. So we consider it as a mother organism. So mother giving rise to young ones from its own body. We should consider mother only because mother only giving birth to young ones as per the natural rules. So only one organism is involved for the production of individual organism or offsprings. Offsprings means daughter. Generally we'll consider as daughter individual because again they are going to give rise to new young ones. So offsprings are young ones. So these organisms are formed directly from the body of the parent. So parent means generally we consider as mother. So and here during asexual reproduction, so the characters of the parent directly transferred. Direct transmission of parent characters. Direct transmission of parent character. So whatever the characters the parent exhibit, that characters directly transfer to the young one or offspring. Why? Because there is no combination of two different gametes or characters. If a male and female are there, some of the characters of male, some of the characters of female will be collaborated, and which one will be dominant, it will be exhibited in the young ones. But unlike to that of the asexual, unlike to the sexual reproduction, here there is no involvement of more than one organism, means two organism or two organism gametes are not involved. So what happens is directly what the parent exhibited characters are transferred to the young one. So that means here there is no scope of evolution of new species or genetic recombination. So in this case we don't see any sort of new character formation, new genetic makeup you don't see. The same genetic makeup will be transmitted or transferred to the next generations. So this is the basic idea of the asexual reproduction. So now come to the types of asexual reproduction. What are the different types of asexual reproduction? So that means here genetic recombination, this point also should mention genetic recombination and evolution of new species. Evolution of new species is not seen. So we are not going to see any new genetic recombination, new genetic makeup. So as only one parent is involved, and even evolution of new species means no particular, because of different characters, if the different combination of characters are there, means a new species will evaluated with many characteristic feature. As there is no genetic recombination, evolution of new species also not there, means new characterized species are not able to observe in the asexual mode of reproduction. Now what are the different methods of or different types of asexual reproduction? So it is better to say types of asexual reproduction. Types of asexual reproduction. What are the different types of asexual reproduction? So there are different types of asexual reproduction we are observing both in unicellular and multicellular organisms. So we learn different modes, very important modes of or types of reproduction among the asexual reproduction. So that is binary fission, budding, fragmentation, spore formation. So along with that we'll see the regeneration. But it is an exceptional case because regeneration observed only few organisms. It is not exactly every time every organism will not carry out this sort of asexual mode of reproduction. Actually it should not be considered as the mode of reproduction. It is a regaining of the lost parts. So but some of the organism by regaining, during this regaining process they are getting the whole body. That's why some of the scientists saying that regeneration is also a type of asexual mode of reproduction. So this is not a compensation for the reproduction process. because giving rise to young ones by regeneration process is not possible in all living organisms. Only a few organisms they are showing this regeneration capacity. So these are the different modes of asexual reproduction. So different types of asexual reproduction. So in which binary fission, budding, fragmentation, spore formation, along with a special case called regeneration. So we are going to learn in detail, because this mode of reproduction helps to increase the population among the lower unicellular and multicellular organism. They are able to keep their population rate. They are able to give the young ones in such a way so to maintain their population, to exist their organisms. So that's why it is a very important mode of reproduction among the lower unicellular and multicellular organisms. So along with the examples, we are going to learn about different modes of or different types of asexual reproduction. Okay, so now we'll start with binary fission. So we'll start with the first type of asexual reproduction, that is binary fission. So what is binary fission and where we are seeing this binary fission, and how a new organism is developing from this process. Binary, you may learn in mathematics, binary means 2. So if one organism is splitting or dividing into 2 organisms, that is considered as a binary fission. Means one organism is splitting into 2 daughter organisms. So that is considered as binary fission. So binary fission is a mode of asexual reproduction where one organism splits out into 2 organisms, sometimes more than 2 organisms are the same. That we call it as multiple fission. So binary means if one organism is splits into 2 organisms in the asexual mode of. This is asexual, means no other gametes are involved, only one parent, single parent. From the body of the parent body is splitting into 2 to give rise to 2 young ones. So when the splitting of an organism takes place means when the mother organism is grown up by feeding, as it is grown up and matured, then it is suited for the process of binary fission. When the mother organism grown up and matured, then it is suitable for the process of the asexual mode of reproduction, binary fission. So the fully grown up matured organism is involved for the process of this mode of asexual reproduction. So example, so in which organisms we are seeing this binary fission or asexual mode of reproduction? Generally we are observing unicellular organisms like amoeba, paramecium, leishmania. So almost all unicellular organisms. So even certain bacteria also. So bacteria also showing the asexual mode of reproduction called binary fission. So amoeba, bacteria, paramecium, euglena, etc. So in all these organisms we are observing the process of binary fission. So the another specialty is binary fission takes place in among these organisms in any plane, except some cases, some of the unicellular organism only longitudinal plane. So in this vertical plane only the animal may split into 2. But if you take amoeba and bacteria, so if you take amoeba, bacteria, paramecium, the body of an organism, that means amoeba, bacteria and paramecium, the reproduction, asexual mode of reproduction or division of organism may takes place in any plane. So the division of organism may takes place in any plane, either transfer plane or a horizontal plane or a diagonal plane. So any plane, the splitting of an organism takes place. So there is no particular restriction among these organisms to be divided in a single type of plane, either transfer or longitudinal or vertical, or diagonal. Any plane, the cleavage or a division of an organism may takes place. In some cases, some of the organism only longitudinal plane. Example, Leishmania. It's one of the parasite. In this, only longitudinal fission takes place. Vertically only the organism is divided into two. So in case of these organisms, the division of organism may takes place in any plane. So now we are going to learn how amoeba, here I am taking an example, amoeba. In amoeba, how binary fission takes place. So amoeba. So in amoeba, how binary fission takes place. So you know, amoeba is an irregularly shaped organism, unicellular organism with a bit of nucleus and cytoplasm. So this amoeba, when it is grown and matured, so it start dividing from the nucleus. So the nucleus in the animal start dividing lengthwise. So it start extending like this. So it start increasing lengthwise. So like this transversely. Now here the plane is transfer plane. So after the division of, after the enlargement of the nucleus, in the next step, so division of cytoplasm also takes place. Means cytoplasm which is present in the amoeba body, so it also start dividing. So along with the nucleus, the cytoplasm also start dividing. So whenever the cytoplasm also divided, so it is giving rise to two daughter, means they are going to be separate each other, and gives rise to new daughter amoebae with the nucleus and cytoplasm. They are giving rise to new daughter amoebae. Amoebae is the plural, amoeba is the singular. So from the parent, this is amoeba. So here the two daughter amoebae are formed. Two daughter amoebae are formed. So that means the parent amoeba, after its maturation, grown up stage, so they are giving rise to new daughter individual due to the division of nucleus. Here the nucleus is dividing and here the cytoplasm is dividing to give rise to two daughter amoebae. So this is the mode of, it is the first asexual mode of reproduction, binary fission. Hope that you all understood this. So next one is multiple fission. So along with binary fission, so multiple fission also we are seeing. So binary means dividing into two. Multiple means dividing more than two. Many. Multiple means many. If a single organism is divided into many organisms, so or splitting into many organisms, it is called as multiple fission. Multiple means many. So one organism is dividing into many organisms or splitting into so many splits. If a single organism is splitting into many organisms, so that process is called multiple fission. So among the lower unicellular organisms, we'll see this multiple fission also. So multiple fission, very good example, we'll take the Plasmodium. So Plasmodium is an unicellular protozoan parasite. It belongs to protozoa, unicellular, but it's a parasite. This Plasmodium causes malarial disease. So malaria causing causative organism. So it's called parasite, as it is living in the body of human beings and carries and using the mosquitoes, female Anopheles mosquito, for spreading the disease. So such causative organism is a Plasmodium. In the different species will be there. Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. Different species of malarial parasites are there. So the main genus we are talking is Plasmodium. It is a protozoan parasite. It belongs to the group Protozoa. That's why it is a protozoan parasite. As it is causing diseases, it is called as a parasite. It lives in the body of human beings and it is going to cause the diseases. So protozoan parasite. So especially during unfavorable conditions, means when the conditions are not proper, during that time generally this protozoan parasite roll off in a circle and it forms a very thick cyst around it, around the body of the protozoan parasite. So Plasmodium, a thick cyst. So it will not destroyed by strong chemicals, temperatures. So anyway we can't break this cyst. That's sort of strong, this cyst. It is not going to be destroyed by high temperatures or high chemical actions. Like a strong cyst it will develop inside its body. So here the normal nucleus, cytoplasm, as usual how a cell, a protozoan cell have that like features are there, but outside it is covered by cyst because of unfavorable conditions. Outside conditions are not suitable for its existence. In order to protect itself, it forms this cyst. So, and it is during that time only it start giving rise to it start reproducing. During that condition, when the cyst is around it, it start dividing into any plane. It start dividing into many pieces of organisms with nucleus, cytoplasm. So it splits into many fragments or many pieces, so then forms many nuclei along with cytoplasm and the membrane. So around the whenever it is dividing, whenever it is splitting into many parts, so each part forms a nucleus and a bit cytoplasm. Around it